everyone is well. I just had to tiptoe over because I'm on the decking, and otherwise the camera likes to move lots. So today let's come down to the floor and we're going to sit comfortably, whether you're cross-legged or if you want to sit on your knees, that's fine. I'm going to come over into my cross-legged position and we're just going to start off by closing the eyes. Let the hands rest on top of the knees. Start off nice and quietly, gently easing ourselves into today. So just scan through the body and just check if you're feeling any tightness in the hips. Maybe there's somewhere in the body that you can just let the muscles relax a little. So take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just let all your muscles, your joints release down. Again, big breath in through the nose. Big breath out to release. One more time, big breath in, even more than last time. Keep breathing in. And a long, slow breath out. And then just sit quietly for a few moments. Let the breath return to normal. Just take note of your surroundings, what you can hear. Don't let the noises or the distractions consume you. Just acknowledge them, let them pass on through. And then start to bring your awareness to your body, to your breath. Take your focus internal. Follow the breath. Watch it as it goes around the body. Notice the type of breath, whether it's a long, slow one or if it's short and shallow. Are you breathing in to the chest? Are you breathing into the stomach or into the rib cage? There's no wrong or right, just follow the breath. Bring awareness to the body. Starting to lift a little taller through the spine, especially the lower back. Really feel yourself lifting from the lower part of the spine all the way up through to the crown of the head. Imagine you're on a piece of string and someone is lifting you up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. And as you're lifted up, your shoulders are drawn down. Gravity's pulling the shoulders back down towards the earth. Let's take hold of the knees and let's just start to do my favourite hip circles. Just ease into the hips a little bit more. Lead with the chest. Draw the chest forward, squeeze the shoulder blades behind you and then roll all the way back. Using the breath to guide you. So breathe in as you roll forwards, breathing in as you roll back. Once more, and then change direction, go the other way. You can keep the eyes closed if you want to, or if you prefer to have them open, that's fine. No drama llama. once more round. And coming back to center. Lift up tall through the spine. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, just walk the hands out in front. Don't have to come too far, just let the forehead release down. If the elbows want to come down, that's fine. Or if you want to keep stretching the hands, the arms out, you can. Just make sure that the seat bones are still to the ground and that the seat bones aren't lifting. Start to walk both hands over to the left side. Really stretch the arms over as much as you can whilst keeping the right hip to the floor. Let the forehead release down. Keeping the shoulders parallel to the floor. And start to breathe into the sides of the body. Really feel the sides of the body opening up. Taking the left hand out to the side, and the right arm is going to roll all the way over the top, coming into a nice side stretch. If it's comfortable, you can take the elbow to the floor, but if you feel like it's crushing the side of your body, just keep lifting into the upper body. Don't take the elbow too low. And again, just make sure that that hip's still nice and firmly down to the ground. Let's roll back forwards into our nice forward fold on the angle. And then bring the hands back to center. It might be that you feel like you can release down a little further now. Starting to lift. Let's change the legs over. So come to the other side. Feels nice and weird, but it's always good to change the legs up so you don't get too used to doing it on one side. You don't want any hip injuries. So when you're ready, let's take the arms back out in front of us. Again, stretch the arms as much as possible. You can bring the elbows to the floor, whatever suits you. Forehead releases. This time, feel your breath going into your lower back. So as you're breathing in, feel your lower back expanding. As you breathe out, let it release you down further. Let's start to walk those hands over to the right. Walk them all the way across, forehead releasing down. And squeeze that left shoulder down a little so the shoulders are parallel. Feel the side of the body starting to open. You might feel a nice stretch into the lower back as well. And then take the right hand out to the side and roll the left arm over the top. You can try looking up to the ceiling or keeping your gaze out in front. And again, if the elbow wants to come down, that's fine. Or keep it lifted. You're trying to make a nice big C shape with the arms, so the elbows are soft. And then slowly roll back down to the floor, stretch the arms out, forehead releases. And then walk both hands back to center. Again, see if you can sink down a little bit lower. And then walk those hands in. Lift up tall. Let's take a twist. So the right hand, that is my right, comes to your left knee, left hand behind you. Lift through the spine. Go on, really lift the chest up high. And then turn all the way to the back shoulder. Keep those shoulders soft. Breathing into the belly. And while you're here, just feel the hips releasing. Let the knees drop down. Come coming to center, change sides. So left hand to right knee, right hand stays nice and close to the hip. Lift the chest, lift the crown of the head, and then turn. Sorry. It's making my eyes water where I was trying to hold it in. Coming back to center. So now, tuck the toes all the way underneath you, come onto your knees, so you're rocking forwards. Walk the knees back so they're under the hips, and we'll come into our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, lift the hips up, and press the ground away from you. Really stretch through the upper back. You can keep the heels lifted, keep the knees bent, and just settle yourself in. Let's stay nice and still in our downward dog. Feel the belly button drawing towards the spine, so the belly's lifting. The forehead releases down, so your gaze can be between the knees or the thighs. You can close the eyes and focus on the breath. Try pressing down into the knuckles, especially that first finger. Press down into all of the knuckles. Make sure the whole of the hand is pressing into the ground. And then step the feet to the front of the mat. Release into your forward fold. Forehead releases. Inhale, lifting, extended mountain. Palms pressing together. Exhale, hands to heart center. Let's start to move through some of our flow. So feet come together. Inhale the arms, extended mountain. Exhale into your forward fold. So forehead releases. Inhale to lift halfway. Draw the chest forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Step the feet back to your plank. You can lower the knees if you need to as we lower into our chaturanga. So hug the elbows to the side of the body. Lift into your upward facing dog. And push back into your downward dog. This time start to walk through the legs, bending one knee and then the other. Breathe in to bend one leg. Breathe out to bend the other. Looking to the hands, hop or step the feet forwards. Release into your forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to lift halfway, draw the chest forwards. Exhale, forward fold. Hop or step back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to lift to your upward facing dog. Really press the ground away from you, lift the chest. And exhale, downward facing dog. Settle the breath, settle the body. Let's take the left foot to the left hand. Take the back knee to the floor and just come into your low lunge. If you want to, you can bring the hand to the inside of the knee. And squeeze the hips forwards. Allow yourself to release the muscles. Just let go. Enjoy the stretch. Lift through the crown of the head and try and lengthen through the spine. Feel the tailbone tucking under and feel how that changes the stretch. Slowly push the hips all the way back. So you start to lengthen into the front leg and see if you can fold forwards against that leg. If you need to keep the knee bent slightly, that's absolutely fine. And feel the releasing coming all the way from the lower back, all the way through the glutes, into the hamstrings. You might even feel it into the calf. And if you press that big toe down to the floor, you might feel a nice stretch into the top of the foot as well. Let the forehead release. And then try and send the crown of the head towards the foot. So instead of just curling round, try and lengthen through the spine. Create as much space in the body as possible. Starting to lift, so we bend back into the front knee. Step the left foot back into your downward dog. Let's roll through the body, so lift the heels, tuck the chin, shoulders are broad to your plank, lower chaturanga. Lift into your upward dog and push back, downward dog. This time take the left knee into the middle of the hands. Let's come into our pigeon pose. So take the right leg all the way back. Feel the right leg, the knee lifting, push the heel back and then untuck the toes. Really create length into that back leg. Hips are level. You can stay here on your fingertips or you can come down to your elbows. Again, feel yourself lengthening through the crown of the head. And you can stay here or you can stretch the arms as far out, let the forehead release down. And try and squeeze that right hip over. Starting to lift. Press the hands into the floor, tuck the back toes, push back to your plank. Let's take our flow, so take a deep breath in, exhale to lower, inhale to lift, exhale, pushing back. Let's do the other side, so the right leg comes forwards to our low lunge, take the back knee to the floor, and again, allow the hips to sink forwards. Make sure that the ankle, the knee are aligned. Lift up through the crown of the head and tuck the tailbone. Feel how you feel that stretch deepen into those hip flexors. When you're ready, push the hips back. Folding forwards, let the forehead release down. And again, try pressing that big toe down into the floor. Feel that stretch onto the top of the leg, top of the foot. And then draw the chest forwards. Feel the spine lengthen. Coming back forwards. Tuck the back toes. Push back to your downward dog. Roll the body forwards. Come to your plank. Lower to your chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Beautiful. Connect into your breath, settle the body. This time take the right knee into the middle of the hands. Again, pull that left leg back, so feel the left knee lifting, push the heel back, and then untuck the toes. Again, staying on your fingertips, or you can come down to your elbows, or stretching the hands all the way out, releasing the forehead. And again, just making sure that that left hip stays level to the ground. We don't end up leaning over to one side. And just focus on your breath. Take 3 long, big breaths. One. 2. 3. Slowly lifting. Press the hands into the floor, tuck the back toes, come straight into your plank and take your flow. Lower to your chaturanga, lift into your upward dog and push back into your downward dog. Let's stay here for a couple of breaths. So really spread those fingers wide, press the hands, the knuckles, the fingers into the ground, push the hips back. And this time allow the heels to start to drop down. Feel that stretch into the back of the leg. Let the belly lift. Looking to the hands, hop or step the feet forwards. Release, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale the hands to your heart center. Let's come down to the floor. So legs out in front of you. So pushing the heels away, lift tall through the body. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Exhale, take the hands down towards the legs, ankles or the feet, and come into a nice forward fold. So let the forehead release down. If you need to have the knees bent slightly, that's fine. Feel yourself releasing into the lower back, into the hamstrings, into the calf muscles. And again, feel the crown of the head drawing towards the feet. Feel the spine lengthening. Slowly lift. Let's bend that right knee. So the hips are to the floor. There's about a fist gap between the foot and the knee. Left arm's going to hug the knee. Right hand comes behind the hip. Keep the left toes, the left ankle active. So keep pressing through the heel. When you're ready, inhale, lift through the chest. Exhale to twist round to the side. Coming back to center. Taking the foot over the top. Really hug that foot in nice and close. We're going to do the same thing. So the left arm hugs the right knee. Keep the right hand behind the hip. Lifting tall as you inhale. Exhale to twist. Coming back to center. Take the foot back over. Again, keeping that space between the foot and the knee. Take the left hand behind the hip this time. Reach the right arm up, and we're going to reach to the inside of the right knee and reach towards the foot. Turn the palm away from you, and you're going to wrap the arm all the way around the knee. You can stay here, lifting up through the chest, or you can take the left hand, reach it all the way behind the back, and try and interlock the fingers. If they don't reach, that's fine. Just keep the left hand to the ground. You can stay here, or you can take a forward fold. Let the forehead release down. And just breathe. Let the body be still. slowly lift. Let's just press that knee out to the side. Let the foot come into the thigh. Left hand stays behind the left hip. Right arm reaches up, and we're going to take it to the outside of the leg, ankle or the foot. Release the forehead down. Feel that lovely stretch, that opening into the lower back, into the side of the body. And almost feel yourself just gently encouraging the right knee out to the side, Feel the hips opening. And then slowly release. Let's come to the other side. So bring the left foot towards you, nice and close. Again, keeping that fist gap between the foot and the knee. Let's hug the knee with the right arm. So we draw the knee towards the body, left hand behind the hip. The right toes, the right foot is active. Inhale to lift. Exhale, twist to the side. Try and keep your head in line with the shoulders, so we're not twisting all the way around to the back. Just the side. Let's take the foot now over the top of the thigh. So draw it in nice and close, but make sure the foot's flat. Hugging the knee with the right arm, left hand behind the hip. Sides loads tighter, I can feel it all in the glutes. Keep hugging that knee towards the body and you'll feel that deep stretch into the glutes, the hips. And then start to release. Take the foot over the top. Again, keeping that gap. It might be that even for this one you want a bit more of a bigger gap, so it helps you come forwards. So the right hand comes behind the hip. The left arm reaches to the inside of the knee. Try and reach as far forward to the foot as you can. Turn the palm to face away and wrap the arm around the leg. If you want to stay here, you can fold forwards here as well. Or take the right hand all the way behind you, interlocking the fingers. And then when you're ready, trying to fold forwards. I don't feel like I've got as much mobility on this side. Feels a little bit tighter, but that's okay. Just go to where your body feels comfortable without forcing anything, without hurting yourself. Just breathe. And then slowly lift. Unravel yourself. Get spaghetti arms. Turn the foot into the thigh. Press the knee out to the side. Keep that right hip behind the hand. The right hand behind the hip. I've got distracted. Left arm reaches up and then take the hand all the way to the outside of the leg, ankle or the foot, and let the forehead release down. Nice big deep breaths. And then slowly start to lift. Let's cross the legs. Sitting up nice and tall. Just let the hands rest at the knees. Let the fingers naturally curl in. And I just want you to imagine that there's a wall behind you. It might be that you're close to a wall and you could actually go sit with your back up against the wall if you wanted. And I just want you to imagine yourself drawing the shoulders into that wall. So you're pulling them back. Feel your lower back pressing into the wall. So feel your belly button drawing in. Feel the lower part of the back of the head pressing into the wall. So we're just encouraging you to tuck the chin slightly. feel yourself sitting tall. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. Bringing your hands to your heart center. Just pause here. Let the shoulders, the elbows drop down. Feel the connection of the hands pressing lightly together. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bow the forehead to the fingertips. Feel the index fingers just lightly pressing into the middle of the eyebrows, into your third eye. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Namaste. Thank you for joining me as always. I'm starting to really enjoy all this online teaching. But I do miss all of your faces, and hopefully sooner rather than later I get to see you all again. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you on Thursday at 6 o'clock. Bye bye.